Imagine being in a room with all these women who just want the same kind of, oh my gosh, I don't even have a word, like expansion. What's possible from
Yes.
that place?
And the power you can take away from that place. So often we walk away from conferences or trainings just overloaded mentally, but from SheCAN, you can walk away feeling this surge of power and energy that you can go home and get to work.
Welcome to the Be Happy Now show. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. I'm Claudia-Sam. If you know that you're here for a bigger reason, this is the place to be. Together, we ditch the self-care guilt and quit the go with less fear and more trust. Tune in to living life in alignment with your full potential. The Be Happy Now show starts now.
Hello. This episode is all about tuning in to your empowered self. And you will get to learn different ways to feel empowered, different ways to tune into your inner power. And why and how? Well, I have the pleasure of sharing the virtual stage today with 9 beautiful, amazing, powerful women who will also be speakers at the in-person and virtual conference SheCAN in Chicago from April 27th to the 29th. It's such an honor to gather in community, to gather with women who, from all walks of life, have something to share that can actually have you add tools in your coaching toolbox so that you can feel like you love yourself more, so that you can feel like, hey, there's a spark of hope here. I get to make a change in my life because I can see that it worked for other people. So in this episode of the Be Happy Now show, you will get to see and hear 2 different recordings in one of the other speakers at SheCAN, some of them who could make it to the recording with me. So you will hear from certified business and life coaches. You'll hear from spiritual coaches and authors. You'll hear from the Clarity Collab and just trauma and clarity coaching. You'll get to hear from a real estate investor who's an author and who helps you build dreams. You'll hear from the founder at SheCAN and how much passion is behind the event that I'm inviting you to. And she will also be sharing a 40% off discount if you want to join in person or virtually. So all of that as well is in the show notes because each and every one of the speakers shared something free that they're offering you. Yes, you, the listener of the Be Happy Now show. You'll also get to hear from someone who's here to help you engage and have confidence on social media. And you get to hear from one of my coaches who is an ontological life coach. You'll also get to tune into more body love with photographer and body love coach, someone who specializes in portrait therapy. And also there's another opportunity for you to rise up and tune into that energy, into the experience that you get to create within yourself. So, wow. So much. There's so many beautiful, just so much beautiful energy shared in this episode. And the main thing that we are sharing with you is what is the number one empowerment tip that you have to share with our listeners? So take out your pen, take out your paper, snuggle up to what resonates with you, and be sure to just have an ear a little bit wider open and your heart perhaps to tap in to who do you connect with? Who do you feel like, wow, I really want to connect with that person again? Wow, it really sounds like, ooh, I want to know more about them. I want to be in their community. I want to know how they can support me. There are free offerings all written in the show notes, and you can reach out to them directly on their website and find out more about them. Because on the Be Happy Now show, it's all about flexing your soul connection muscle and being your own inner guide to fulfillment and purpose and I'm not the only guide. You get to, of course, you are your own inner guide. Gosh, I'm so excited. You probably hear it in my voice. You are your own inner guide, and there are so many beautiful options for you to walk life with a little bit more clarity and with the support of loving beings like the women that were with me on the Be Happy Now show. Enjoy. Welcome to another episode of the Be Happy Now show. And today is a special day because you get to meet my friends, my peers, speakers at the SheCAN All Women Conference happening in April 2023 in Chicago, Illinois. That's where in-person magic will happen. And I'm so excited to have these amazing, powerful, empowered women here with me on the Be Happy Now show to share their personal tip that has them feeling empowered, even when it feels like it's hard, the thing that they keep going to, so that it can feel like you're behind the scenes with us. And each of the speakers will also they will get to embody their expertise at SheCAN, and then you just get to know them a little bit more here today. If even you're listening to the show past April and you're like, man, I want to know about everyone and I want to hang out, just make sure to look at all the show notes, the description of the show, whether you watch on YouTube or you find us on anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. All of their links, their free offerings, the way to find each and every person will be there. And of course, if you want to join us at SheCAN in person, I will also drop the link in the show notes. The link itself, though, just so you know, is SheCanCoaching.com. And you can find on the events page all about SheCAN coaching. So let's play. I'm going to start by just introducing, we're going to go person by person, individual, and then we can have a chat if we feel inspired. I would love to bring on Sarah Bondar, who is the creator of the magic. So she's the magician behind SheCAN, CEO and founder at SheCAN. And she's actually offering you, the Be Happy Now show listeners, a virtual access for like $20 off. And you can get it at SheCanCoaching.com. And you can use the coupon Be Happy. And I'll put the link in all of the show notes. So Sarah, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hello. I'm so glad to be here. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for doing this, Claudia-Sam. I think all of us are super grateful that you have such an amazing platform to just reach out to your community about this event, because it is going to be absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh, it so is. I'm already getting pumped up. In less than a month, we'll be together. Can you tell us a little bit about the magic behind SheCAN and what has this be such a passion project?
Yeah. So SheCAN actually started as just a one-on-one coaching business that I started in the midst of my personal development journey. And it started as a completely different business name. And over time, it's evolved into SheCAN. And basically, the message behind SheCAN is it's about finding your voice. It's about finding yourself. It's for everybody. There is a message in SheCAN that literally anyone can take home with them. It is for those who struggle with body image, with self-love, and with not even knowing who they are or what their worth is anymore. It's also for the men and women who are completely content and happy with where they are. They just have that yearning for a little bit more. Like they're just not sure, but they feel like there's something else out there and they're just not sure exactly where to find it. It's for the person who wants to change, who wants to grow, who wants to do more, but just doesn't know what that means to them yet. It's definitely about spreading love and joy and acceptance to anybody and everybody. And it's about reigniting your flame that got extinguished in some of your darkest times.
Holy, powerful words. Thank you. And it's beautiful how there are so many different stories and different foundations of teachings and of energy from the speakers who will be there and who will help create that space with you. So thanks for having us. Thanks for hosting this. and just sharing again, Sarah is offering you 40% off any in-person tickets and a virtual access for $55 if you go to SheCanCoaching.com. So thanks again, Sarah.
Thank you.
Let's start with Laura Jaminder, who's a certified business and life coach. And at SheCan, you get to hear her talk about fuel your future, your vision, your power. Laura, hi.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here with you ladies today. What an exciting opportunity.
This is so fun. And if you're not watching the video, Laura has this salt lamp behind her. There's just such vibratory energy behind her. And I'm just so excited. Laura, tell us, what has you feeling empowered that you'd like to share with our listeners today?
Really, thinking about so often in life, the hustle and bustle really gets us in that feeling of like overwhelmed or feeling stuck, right? In that energy to like move through some of that. Thinking about having a powerful vision is really what can help pull you forward, whether you're able to harness that to really motivate yourself, or those times where we really need to harness it to get that discipline that we need to accomplish what we are put here to do. Because as that famous quote says, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So having that vision really helps channel your energy and bring your gifts to the world. And let's face it, we need so much female energy and leadership and power right now to really change and shift what's happening.
Woohoo! Thank you. I love that power force. Yes, let's get our vision. Let's get back on track with our vision. Thank you, Laura. That's exciting.
Thank you.
Fun. Let's go with Mary. Mary Markham, spiritual life coach and author, I'm so excited. She's going to share her book with us. And at SheCan, you can hear her talk about why say yes and let go to take a leap of faith. Hi, Mary.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm super excited to be here with everyone. That one thing that I talk about, in order for you to say yes, is really forgiveness. That one tip I have is forgiveness. We talk about how important it is to forgive other people, but the most important person to forgive is ourselves, because we're our own self-critic, right? And when we don't forgive ourselves, we get stuck in that fear and whatever else is holding us back in the past. So in order to move forward in the future, we forgive ourselves so we can see the endless possibilities that are there for us. And I say that for myself because when I was stuck and not forgiving myself, I'm in my head, and we want to be in our heart. When we're in our heart, we can see the flow, we can forgive ourselves, and dreams come true. And one of my many dreams is writing a children's book. And I will be launching that at SheCAN Conference, and it's called Seeds of Life.
Oh my gosh, that is so fun. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I think this is also my cue, because you said the importance of getting into the heart and getting out of the head. And that is one of the tips that I have to share, because that's what I do every day. I feel like the dance between the ego and soul is the choreography that I'm learning to really nail. So the way that I noticed when I was getting so much in my head would be when it's almost like a spiral down of negativity and negative what ifs and the worry and the doubt. So when I notice that that's what's happening, I know that I'm nowhere near forgiving myself. I'm not in an energy of upliftment. I'm rather in an energy of like draining and a head or ego or fear-based energy. And so I do my best to notice that and shift them so that I can take my power back instead of giving it to the fear, to the worries, to the what ifs. And I mean, it's just so powerful. And there are so many ways to get our power back. And I think this is what we're doing together. We're like all contributing to the big magnet of empowerment. And well, that's it. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Christine Bannister Welsh, Christine is the founder of Clarity Collab, Trauma and Clarity Coach. And at SheCAN, she will be offering her talk, Day 27, Building a Life I Love. Tell us about that, Christine.
Yes, I'm really excited to just meet all of the amazing speakers that are going to be at SheCAN this year. The lineup is phenomenal, but I am the blessed kickoff speaker, day number 1. And so normally when I speak at conferences, I bring some crazy good, deep energy, and we kind of dig into the depths of things. And this time around, we're not going to get so deep. I didn't know that was the best way to kick off the conference. And so we're going to go a little bit lighter. And day 27 represents and will be the 27th day on my journey that I'm beginning April 1st this year of 1 year dedicated to healing me. So when I speak at SheCAN, it will be day 27. And my intent is to really just share the beginning of my journey of building a life that I love. And so if you know any other part of my story, I've been through a lot of trauma, not only in my personal life, but in my professional life. And I've been so blessed to heal from that and then help other women on their journey of healing as well. So this is just the next step in the direction of empowerment and healing and goodness and holistic wellness.
Thanks, Christine. So I'm getting that part of your preferred method to feel empowered is to choose you. Was that what you would say?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, the one thing that I kept coming up with today that I really wanted to share was the essence of trusting my journey. And I think that's something that I'd love your listeners to take away is trust my journey. And I learned to embrace the in progress. And once I came to terms with that and redefined my commitment to what I was doing and why I was on the journey, and then redefining what success looks like to me, all these little tiny things began to fall in place, fall in line in my life. And here we go.
Wow. That sounds like divine patience.
I love it.
Like not the human patience, the divine trust that it's on another timeline.
Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
exciting. Yay. Becky, you're up. Becky Hurley, real estate investor, author, speaker, and she will be talking and sharing her story at SheCAN about how your business is only as healthy as you are. And she'll be pre-launching her book too. So that's exciting. Hi, Becky.
Here's my book. It's called Building Dreams, Finding Personal and Financial Freedom Through Healing. I will be launching pre-sales. And so in light of this book, I will be talking on day 1 for health and healing. And it's so interesting because when I started writing my book, much like how I always want to start any speaking engagement or whatever event that I'm at, I always want to go in and talk about entrepreneurship and women empowerment, and you can do it. And what ends up inevitably happening is we talk about healing. And it's a topic that I never really wanted to embrace and didn't want to talk about. But whenever I actually decided to share my story, it took me 6 months into the book writing process to share my story, which also has like hardship, challenge, trauma, lots of wounding involved with it. But when I share it, it allows other people to share their stories and break open and heal. And so it's very interesting and exciting that I am speaking on the health and healing day of that, even though when I started my journey, it was very financial focused. My entrepreneurship journey was financial freedom. I will show you, I will make all the money. However, I did it at the cost of my health. And that's not just physical health, it was mental, emotional, and the one health that I did not ever take into consideration was spiritual health. I didn't even know that was like one of the healths that you talk about. That's how far gone spiritual health was out of my life. And now I am in a mastermind that is focused on spiritual entrepreneurship, which is such like a whirlwind program, but I want to talk about just that your business is only as healthy as you are. Like you are your business. And so in order to succeed and grow in your life, you get to be physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy.
Thank you. And that also sounds like it would be really beneficial for even women who don't know that they'll be entrepreneurs or haven't yet launched their business, but they have this creative passion project or they're building their family and they want to do it with such passion and such, self-love so that they don't forget themselves in the midst or in the way. Would you say that that would also be?
Totally. Yeah. You can relate this to anything. It doesn't have to be entrepreneurship. It's family focused. It's creating harmony in your entire life. Like your life is only as healthy as you are. Your family is only as healthy as you are. Your relationships are only as healthy as you are. So it goes back to you. And I had to take time off from everything to just heal. I had to take time off and just send up the white flag of surrender and be like, I don't know what's going on with me, but hustling and grinding isn't getting me any better. So sometimes you just got to focus on you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ladies. What I'm also getting from our conversation is the power of being in person with speakers like us and with participants and women who want to make a difference, who want to feel empowered, who want to heal and be healthy and prosper and have a vision for the future and have trust and faith in the process and love themselves in a deep way. Oh my gosh, that sounds pretty fun. I know some of you have been to SheCAN before. Is there anything else that you want to share for people who've never been to, like what to look out for and what to get excited about?
One of the best things about SheCAN is that you're walking into a room full of women that are all wanting to be better. And everyone is there to learn and grow and just, absorb and take in. And when we're in that space together, it creates this camaraderie, right? That we just don't see often in the professional world. We see a lot of scraping and grinding and, doing whatever I need to do to get by, and I'll take out whoever I need to. But SheCAN is different. SheCAN brings together women from all across the world that are all wanting and willing to help each other, to speak into each other, to love on each other. And you're going to see women of all ages from all over the world coming together to hype each other up and send each other off with new best friends forever. And it is a really, really amazing platform that Sarah has put together for us because it's not like something you see very often. And that's what I love about SheCAN.
Oh, Lee, I'm getting really excited here. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. I hope that you are listening, that we are in your ear right now and you're getting excited too, and that you want to join us. And if you're feeling like you even want to join and get a little bit more, I'm hosting an in-person retreat the day before SheCAN, and it'll be about setting the space inside our soul self to receive, to expand, so that when we arrive at SheCAN, we're ready to receive it. And we just feel even more expansive because we're not coming straight from work, straight from the busy, and we're preparing our landscape. So if you want to sign up for SheCAN, go to SheCanCoaching.com. And actually, if you want to get savings on hotel room tickets, and if you want to have a package price as well to save on tickets, then just send me an email at cs@ClaudiaSamSoulCoaching.com. And we'll get that going for you. Thank you, ladies. Let's do this. Part 2. Hi. This is so fun. This is just the continuation of the discussion with the other SheCAN speakers that we had. So thank you for being on here. And let's continue the conversation with Laura Marie Kaiser, who's the founder of Engage Social Media. And she has the sweet tooth. She's also the owner of Simply Impeccable Fudge. I'm so excited to have her be on the show. And at SheCAN, she's going to be talking about, are you an a-hole? And so I'm curious about that. Hi, Laura.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people look at themselves and they feel like they're a failure, even though they hold their friends and their family members to a different standard. So I really want to take the time to call people out and recognize the fact that you don't need to self-criticize yourself to the point that you hate yourself. And I think a lot of people do treat themselves like an a-hole. So I think it's going to be, I'm going to offer a lot of my own personal experiences, and I'm going to have it be a pretty interactive session where I'm going to be asking the audience to either raise their hands or yell out things too. And I really want them to be super involved and have it be a journey that we can all collectively feel together on.
That's so fun. Thank you so much. And it sounds like just the recognition and the way that you would open up people to tune in to what's there for them behind, just like, let's lift the curtain, let's look a little bit deeper. And so thank you so much for doing that. Also, it sounds like it's a beautiful bridge to Kayla. Kayla, as the ontological life coach, Kayla Guetta of Rise Leadership Circle, who's a beautiful friend and also a coach that I just adore working with. And so, Kayla, what will you be talking about at SheCAN? I forget.
Okay, great. So we are going to talk about how making money is an inside job. And I can't wait. This is coming in on the third day. We're going to talk a lot about how money follows joy, because so often we think that once I get there, right? Once I hike up the mountain and get to the place of there, now I have all the money I wanted, all the clients, now I can go and be happy. But that is not how it works. This is the Be Happy Now show. We know that we get to be happy right now. And so actually, money always comes as a result of joy being present. And so we're going to look at the inner work that we can do to raise our frequency into a space of organic, authentic joy, not by bypassing any other emotions, but true joy, so that money can follow as a result. And can I share about the freebie that's going to be in the link of the show notes too?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So talking about joy, joy is not one size fits all. It looks different for all sorts of different people. So I have a super awesome, super quick quiz that you can take to discover your joy avatar. And this will let you know kind of what flavor of joy you feel most aligned with, what propels your joy, what jumpstarts your joy, and what to pay attention to when you're thinking about joy. And we talk about joy because it is the jumpstart for money.
Oh my gosh, this sounds so fun. I'm so excited to even participate. Thanks so much. Wow. Okay, Ashley, you are the co-founder of Rise Up Experiences. And I think what I'm getting is that you're giving free virtual access to the Rise Up 2023 conference. So there's another event that you're opening the doors to. Tell us about that.
Okay. Yes, I would love to. So I know what it feels like to have everything taken from you, to fall through the pits of what a lot of people would find a situation that could totally define your life, but I chose to allow it to refine my life. And I carry that feeling with me every single day. And it's why I wake up every single day and do the things that I do, and why I'm so passionate about helping other women find their purpose and find the true essence of who they are within themselves. And that's what our conference is about. So it's almost a different perspective on the healing aspect, and it goes deeper into owning your life. So it's a really beautiful, like, sister to SheCAN. And yeah, that's what we got.
Thank you. I love the refining. And I feel like that's what we open the door to by being here together is, okay, where do we want to refine? Where can we honor who we are, where we're at? And I just would love to hear all of your examples just after we speak with Mary. I'd love for all of you to share the number one personal tip that you have to tap into empowerment, if it's anything different than what you just shared, so that our listeners can go, okay, this is something I can try. This is something I can do. And then by being at SheCAN together, then you just get it boosted and you just get a superpower infusion of all of it at once. So before we get there, I'd love to ask Mary, photographer and body love coach, who will be talking about portrait therapy, the bridge between your brain and your body. Mary, hello.
Hi, thank you so much, Claudia-Sam, for having me here today. So yeah, I am a portrait photographer and videographer, and I specify working in the intimate realm with both women and couples and men, but primarily with women. And we get to practice portrait therapy, and it's a way for women to be reconnected to their bodies. So when I'm going to be at SheCAN, I'll actually be talking about the science behind what's going on in your brain and why this works, and putting those pieces together for people on stage, and then showcasing live shooting what this looks like played out. So people will actually get to see me shoot live on stage and see what I'm doing up on the screens. And so it'll be really cool experience for people to witness what happens every day for me here at the studio, but people in the audience will get a chance to experience that as well.
Oh, thank you. I can just already feel sexier, just like kind of thinking about it. So when it comes to feeling empowered, is that kind of what a part of the tip that you would share with us, to just really embody the sexiness? Or how would you word it?
Yeah, I definitely feel like for you to truly feel empowered, sometimes it just takes a different shift of perspective. So it can take just some time to spend with yourself, posing in front of the mirror, finding different shapes and different angles that you feel really good in, that feel that they flatter your body. And a lot of times people just kind of zoom right past that. They get out of the shower and they're on to the next thing. So I would say my tip would be to pause in your daily routine and look at yourself naked every single day.
Okay, I will let you know when I do that next. Holy, Sarah Bondar, do you want to add something to that or share what has you feeling empowered that our listeners could try?
Of course. So what I'm going to say is I started out this business as focusing on self-love. And I really thought that I'm going to learn to love myself, right? Well, I had to take a step back, especially over this last year, and really kind of figure out that the very first step in that is to do the work, to do the healing work. And for me, a big motivator in that is the next generation after me, my daughter and my stepdaughter, healing for them so that they don't have to do the work. We are collectively the generation of cycle breakers. We feel different. We're attending these events. We're listening to these podcasts. We're reading these books. We feel different because we are different. We are different than our parents. We are different than our grandparents. And it's time that we're here to make this change. We're here to be different, and we're here to show up differently. So my advice is to do the work. Do the work on the hard days. Do the work on the easy days. Do the work on the bad days. Do the work on the good days. And when I say do the work, it's going to look differently for everybody. So I can't say do your morning routine, do your nighttime routine, work out every day, go to therapy or go to energy healing. Every modality is going to be different for somebody, but figure out what works for you. Dabble in a little bit of this and dabble in a little bit of that until you find something that resonates for you and helps to make you feel better.
Come to SheCAN and you will have an array of things in your coaching toolbox and in your self-love toolbox. I can tell you that.
Yes.
What about you, Laura Marie?
I think the biggest thing for me, and I think I kind of bounce off a little bit of both of what Sarah and Mary said too, is loving yourself and loving yourself through the whole journey. You're going to have days where you feel horrible, days where you feel miserable, days where you feel like a failure. But I think the really important thing is to understand that it is a journey, and every day is a step to take to the next day that you can live a more authentic life. And my whole journey, my entire adult life, has been to be as authentic to myself as possible. I'm not going to dim myself down so that somebody else feels brighter or somebody else feels more comfortable around me. I'm not for everybody, and I'm totally fine with that. And it took me a long time to be fine with that. But I'm not for everybody. And I think everybody needs to understand that they can't make everybody happy. No matter what you do, somebody's not going to like it. So why not just please yourself and do the things that feel authentic and genuine to you? I also have a almost 20-year-old son. He just turned 20. I had to do the math there in my head for a second. And I've always looked at myself to be a role model of, am I modeling behavior that I want my son to be able to see, not only just an adult in his life to have, but a woman to have, and how he would grow up respecting women for how they treated themselves. So I think it's really important to enable that authenticity within yourself and to be able to just be honest with yourself about your whole entire journey.
What you said brings me to like how my boyfriend was taught from his father to be around women, and how so grateful I am that he treats me right. And so thanks for doing that with your son as well. Kayla, I feel like the joy taps on to the back of all of it. Tell us the empowerment secret for you.
Okay, my empowerment secret is to be the fullness of who you are. And that really means being our whole self. And I totally agree that this just tacks on to everything that everyone has said so far, which means that we don't squash out any parts of ourselves. We don't have to squash out the part of us that's in fear or doubt. We don't have to squash out the part of us that has shame or guilt or worry. Instead, we can let that part of us also belong. And also, we don't have to squash out the part of us that is ambitious and motivated and super successful, and the part of us that has big dreams, and the part of us that feels just like it wants to be fully expressed. That when we let our whole selves come to the table, one, that is the secret for joy. And then two, how can we not feel empowered when we're in that place? And so that's really my tip is, can we let ourselves be in every experience, every emotion, bring every part of ourselves to the table?
Thank you. It's so beautiful how it's all connected. I can see all the layers of this self. That's also something I love to talk about, and finding alignment in the wholeness, the self that we're in, the capital S self. I like to say, thanks, A Course in Miracles, for this. And at SheCAN, we'll be exploring how to access the deeper layers of who you are, the soul self. And so it just is such a beautiful connection. Everyone, I feel like we're all holding hands in a big circle. And I would love to pass it on to Ashley. If you would like to share, Ashley, what has you feeling empowered that our listeners can maybe just take on, practice?
So it's like full circle of everything that everyone said. Allow yourself to have crappy days. Give yourself permission to have crappy days, and have a deep appreciation for those crappy days, because I feel like the good days are always, we all know this, we've experienced pretty devastating things, some really high things in our lives. And when you have a deep appreciation for like, this situation sucks, or like this person is pissing me off, or this thing is happening, and like recognizing it for what it is allows you to celebrate the really good moments. And even like the moments that maybe your child tried some new food that they've never tried and you're super excited about it. So just allow yourself good days, bad days. In the personal development world, I feel like there's such a huge emphasis on positivity that people get like caught up on it. And it's good to have those emotions, like Kayla said, and recognizing those those different emotions that you feel at our low moments too.
Thank you. I love having a pity party with a bowl of popcorn. I really do. Thank you so much. It's so empowering for me to even be in this conversation and to gather strengths and tap into the energy of love that connects all of us on the screen, all of us beyond the screen, all of you who are listening right now. And there are beautiful free offerings from each of the speakers at SheCAN that were here on the Be Happy Now show. So be sure to check out the show notes wherever you listen to the show, whether it's on YouTube and you are looking at us right now, or you're listening anywhere you tune into your podcasts. Check out the show notes, click on the links, go check them out, because there is a powerhouse of soul connection coaching tools that you can just pack in your toolbox and use to just strengthen that and flex your soul connection muscle and be your own inner guide and be happy now. Thank you, ladies. We'll see you at SheCAN. Bye.
You've been listening to the Be Happy Now show with me, Claudia-Sam. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. You are worthy of being you and of connecting to what stops you from living the life you are meant to live. Access more soul connection coaching at claudiasamcoaching.com.